Welcome to SATV News. This is Anaf Hussain with our headlines. Decision on operation of educational institution at next cabinet meeting. Shops, malls to stay open till 7 p.m. nationwide. Protestant church leaders exchange Easter greetings with PM. Seek support of all faiths to build prosperous, better Bangladesh. Poila Boishak procession renamed Boishaki Shobhajatra, says Cultural Affairs Minister. Now in details. The government will finalize a plan on how educational institutions will operate with reduced electricity consumption amid the ongoing global energy crisis at the next cabinet meeting, said Educational Minister Dr. A.N.M. Ehsanul Haq Milon on Sunday. A decision on whether to introduce online classes will be taken at the highest policy-making level, and the proposal would likely to be placed before the cabinet after consultations with stakeholders. The cabinet division will brief the media, he said, while talking to reporters at the secretariat. The next cabinet meeting is scheduled for April 9, as meetings are usually held on Thursdays. Earlier, at a cabinet meeting on March 2, the government decided to reduce office hours by 1 hour to save energy, a measure that came into effect on Sunday. It also ordered shops and shopping malls to close by 6 p.m., along with suspending loans for government officials to purchase vehicles and cutting fuel allocations by 30%. The government has allowed shops and shopping malls across the country to remain open until 7 p.m., extending the previous closing time of 6 p.m. State Minister of Power, Energy and Mineral Resources, Anindya Islam Amit, announced the decision while talking to reporters at the Secretariat on Sunday. On April 2, the Cabinet decided to close all shops and shopping malls nationwide by 6 p.m. in view of the fuel crisis triggered by the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. However, leaders of Bangladesh Shop Owners Associations requested Prime Minister Tariq Rahman to reconsider the decision and allow businesses to operate until 8 p.m. The association also proposed opening hours to start at 11 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. During the briefing, the State Minister said the Shop Owners Associations submitted a request to allow them to keep their shops open at least until 7 p.m. Although the Cabinet initially decided on a 6 p.m. closure, the Prime Minister reviewed the request and approved the extension until 7 p.m. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman on Sunday sought cooperation from people of all religions to build a happy, prosperous and better Bangladesh. Let us all work together regardless of religion or background from our respective position to build a happy, prosperous and better Bangladesh. People of all religions and communities must come forward for the greater cause of the country, he said. The Prime Minister made the call while exchanging Easter greetings with leaders of the Protestant Church at the Cabinet Room of the Prime Minister's office in Bangladesh Secretariat, said his additional press secretary Atikur Rahman Rumon. A 13-member delegation led by Bishop Philip P. Adhikari, President of the Federation of Protestant Churches in Bangladesh, met the Prime Minister around 11:45 a.m. and exchanged views with him on the occasion of Easter Sunday. Addressing the gathering, Rumon said the Prime Minister wished success and prosperity for the Christian community. Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives Minister Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alongir has said that there is no opportunity to create division by capitalizing on religion in the country's progress. He said these things at a greeting exchange program organized on the occasion of Christians' religious festival Easter Sunday in Bhatara in the capital on Sunday. Mirza Fakhrul said that some political forces in the country want to do politics by keeping religion in front. The local government minister said that some forces try to create division in the country. Some parties even want to deny the Create Liberation War. We need to further increase brotherhood and harmony among ourselves. Regarding the ongoing energy crisis, the minister said that despite the crisis caused by the global situation, the government is trying to import energy from outside with importance. He also said that the minister of the concerned ministry has repeatedly said that there is sufficient fuel oil reserves. The traditional procession organized by the Faculty of the Fine Arts of Dhaka University marking Poila Boishakh, the first day of Bangla New Year, has been renamed Boishakhi Shobhajatra. Cultural Affairs Minister Nitai Rai Chaudhuri announced on Sunday. He made the announcement while talking to reporters after a meeting on the preparations to celebrate Poila Boishakh and Boishakhi, the major New Year festival of ethnic minority groups, at his ministry. During the tenure of the immediate past interim government, the procession was renamed Ananda Shobhajatra. Before that, it was known as Mangal Shobhajatra. If the bill is not tabled in form of the bill, 20 ordinances, including the referendum, the Commission for the Prevention of Disappearances and Human Rights, and the Supreme Court judge appointment ordinance will lose their effectiveness after April 10. Meanwhile, the 13th National Parliament is sitting again this afternoon. The session will begin at 3:30 p.m. according to the agenda of the day. The Minister of Expatriates, Food, Labour and Disaster and the Minister of the State will answer questions from members of the Parliament. In addition, the session will discuss the notices brought on urgent matters of public importance. At the same time, the Member of Parliament will also discuss the motion of thanks brought on the President's speech. However, the discussion on the implementation method of the July Charter may spread heat in the Parliament session. On April 1, Noakhali 2 constituency MP Jainul Abedin Farooq raised an adjournment motion in Parliament to discuss the implementation process of the July National Charter. In the meantime, the Parliamentary Special Committee has voted not to approve 20 ordinances, including referendums, out of the 133 ordinances issued by the interim government in the current session. As the measles outbreak is increasing at an alarming rate, the government has started a special vaccination program in 30 selected upazilas of 18 districts in the country from today. Under this program, measles vaccination is being provided to children aged 6 months to less than 5 years. Meanwhile, in the morning, State Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Dr. M.A. Mohit, inaugurated an emergency vaccination program to prevent measles and rubella in children at Mirzapur Union Parishad in Ghazipur Sadar Upazila. At the time, he said the vaccination program has started and will continue. There will be no shortage. He also said that the government has taken very quick steps. Along with the vaccination, children will be given vitamin A capsules. Viewers, we are taking a short break. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to International Affairs, and my name is Shamsul Alam Pantha.
I don't see an easy resolution to this because every slight deviation from the plan,
opening an open war conflict with them,
testing nuclear missiles,
Russia's announcement of these supposedly successful testing,
special and exclusive footage that is being played on SATV screen,
really come to terms with Hamas.
Damage estimated between this entire issue.
President Trump is expected to hold bilateral talks.
preserving biodiversity and tackling climate change.
We cannot protect the planet before we negotiate peace.
Where is it going? Is it understanding the needs of its people before the needs of this global world?
For China to come to agreement,
They will face better projects.
with presidency of China and President Lee of South Korea.
Trump's White House that is in favor of these things.
Simply not enough action being taken to address the problem of fossil fuels.
What their plan initially is towards the Caribbean, a place that has been met with two types of disasters.
Bangladeshi students at the same level of opportunity internationally and domestically.
International Affairs. Watch every Sunday to Thursday at 2 p.m. only on SATV and SATV Digital. Hello and welcome to International Affairs, and my name is Shamsulam Pantha.
I don't see an easy resolution to this because every slight deviation from the plan
Opening an open war conflict with them.
Testing nuclear missiles.
Russia's announcement of these supposedly successful tests.
Welcome back. You're watching SATV News. Indian refiners have purchased Iranian oil amid the Middle East conflict that has disrupted supplies through the Strait of Hormuz. The oil ministry said the world's third biggest oil importer and consumer, India has not received a cargo from Tehran since May 2019, following US pressure not to buy Iranian crude, but supply disruptions from the US-Israel war have hit the South Asian nation hard. Amid Middle East supply disruptions, Indian refiners have secured their crude oil requirements, including from Iran, and there is no payment hurdle for Iranian crude imports, the oil ministry said. At least 30 universities in Iran have been affected by US and Israeli strikes since the start of the war. Authorities said as attacks increasingly hit infrastructure linked to research, health and industry. Iran's Minister of Science, Research and Technology, Hossein Sameh-Saraf, said parts of dozens of universities have been damaged since fighting began on February 28. The latest strike hit the Laser and Plasma Research Institute at Shahid Beheshti University in Tehran on Friday, leaving the facility in ruins. There were no casualties at the university as classes had already been moved online, though nearby dormitories sustained minor damage. Iranian officials condemned the attack, calling it a blow to scientific research and academic security. Iranian officials say more than 2,000 people have been killed in attacks on civilian areas, including homes, schools and businesses, though the figures could not be independently verified. The Artemis 2 mission has passed its halfway point and is preparing for a lunar flyby schedule for Monday, 6 April, as the 4-person crew continues its journey around the moon. According to mission updates, the crew, Victor Glover, Jeremy Hanse, Christina Koch and Riyad Wiseman, re-achieved the mission midpoint at approximately 7 p.m. on Saturday. The upcoming flyby, expected to last about 5 hours, is designed to allow astronauts to observe the moon's far side in daylight conditions. Mission planners say the opportunity provides a rare chance for human observation of regions previously seen primarily through unmanned missions or during lunar night, reports Scientific Americans. According to NASA official, the crew has spent months training to identify lunar surface features, using references materials to distinguish various in terrain and color that may not be visible through satellite imagery alone.
Briefing, we have set up a frequently on the moon. While the crew has been asleep, we have received some downlink.
President Donald Trump yesterday said that Tehran had 48 hours left to cut a deal or face all hell, as US and Iranian forces scramble to find a downed American airman. Trump's latest threat came after a strike near an Iranian nuclear power plant prompted evacuations and as Tehran announced fresh attacks in the region with the Revolutionary Guards, saying they hit a commercial ship in Bahrain allegedly linked to Israel. President Donald Trump yesterday said that Tehran had 48 hours left to cut a deal or face all hell, as U.S. and Iranian forces scrambled to find a downed American airman. Trump's latest threat came after a strike near an Iranian nuclear power plant prompted evacuations and as Tehran announced fresh attacks in the region, with the Revolutionary Guards saying they hit a commercial ship in Bahrain allegedly linked to Israel.
When the time comes, the U.S. Navy and its partners will escort tankers through the strait if needed. I hope it's not going to be needed, but if it's needed.
Before ending, we go through the headlines again. Decision on operation of education institutions of next cabinet meeting. Shops, malls to stay open till 7 p.m. nationwide. Protestant church leaders exchange Easter greetings with PM. Seek support of all faiths to build prosperous, better Bangladesh. Poila Boishakh procession renamed Boishakhi Shobhajatra, says Cultural Affairs Minister. You're updated with our top stories so far here on SATV. And to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with us.